I've lost 75 pounds. So let's talk about how that has changed my life so far. Most of my life, I have been on a weight loss journey. I had a gastric bypass when I was 17 years old, and it basically ruined my life. When I was 17, I was breaching almost 400 pounds. It's really hard to admit and say that out loud to the public. So I had a gastric bypass, and it worked. I lost about 100 pounds, actually over more than 100 pounds, and I was doing great. I just graduated high school. I was off to college. I was still losing weight, but not as fast as I was. And then after my freshman year, my father passed away. And there went the spiral. That is when I developed a really bad eating habit. I binged. And it caused a lot of issues for me. Because during this time, I was 19 years old and I was trying to grieve the death of my father while also trying to navigate my life without my dad. Still going to school, still trying to see friends, still trying to have that balance, also working at the same time. And then COVID happens. So that even made my eating habits worse. In the summer of 2024, I decided to go on Zepbound, which is the GLP-1 medication. I've told a couple people about this, but I'm pretty sure not a lot of people know. But I have lost 75 pounds since I started then. It has been about 8 months, I believe it has been. And it's been pretty good. I was very nervous to start this medication because I don't eat a lot as it is. I'm a snacker. I will eat small portions throughout the day. So I was very worried how that would affect my appetite. At first, I dropped weight like it was water, like it was nothing. Now I'm kind of at a plateau. I'm almost up to the highest milligram on my medication. So that's why now recently I've started to work out a lot because I needed that push because I'm not eating as often. But I'm eating higher calorie foods. So I'm trying to balance that out. But this medication has definitely helped me with my binge eating because I don't have that little noise in the back of my head going, go get something to snack on. Go get something to eat. There's a bag of chips downstairs. Why don't you go for them? If there's someone telling you that there's no such thing as food noise, they've never experienced it. That is living hell to always have in the back of your mind, what are you going to eat for lunch? How about dinner? How about we get a little snack? And it's this noise that just progressively gets louder and louder and louder, and it's really hard to control. This medication makes that noise go away. So let's talk about how it has affected my life and my social life since starting this medication and losing 75 pounds. One thing is that a lot of people are going to tell you, wow, you look great. And it's nice to feel at first. It's nice to hear that, nice to feel it. But at the same time, I didn't look good before. It makes you, realize you thought I was a fat fuck before, really. So it's kind of hard to hear that sometimes because, when you're losing weight, everyone's cheering you on. Everyone's like, wow, you look great, you look great. But there are a lot of cases that someone's rapid weight loss is a cause for concern. And some people don't know when to look for that. So when you're telling someone that you have progressively seen them lose weight, I would stop and think before you say, wow, you look great. You've lost so much weight. I would just think before saying that because you don't really know that person's circumstance. You don't know what they're going through mentally because it could be someone who's not eating at all. And that's a dangerous situation because now you're just empowering them to continue this because, wow, people really notice that I'm losing weight. And, it's just going to keep them going down that rabbit hole. Besides that, I've disclosed to my friends on how much I actually weigh. And when they look at me and they say that, they're like, there's no way that you weigh that much right now. And I'm like, I hide the weight pretty well. That's one thing. I never really flaunted about how much I weighed. That was one thing I kept to myself. My mother didn't even know how much I weighed. As soon as I turned 18, I was like, you're not going to know how much I weigh. Like, I'm an adult now. I can handle myself. Clearly, I couldn't. I've been getting a little bit more attention. I am on dating apps and you do go out to bars as well. I have been getting a little bit more attention than what I'm used to. But at the same time, to me, I don't really care because even when I was 75 pounds heavier, I was still getting attention. To me, it has not affected my confidence whatsoever. because I still walk into the bar or, like I can walk into any place and still feel like the baddest bitch if I'm 400 pounds or if I'm 200 pounds. Like, it doesn't matter to me. Like, I will still have the confidence that I did at my heaviest weight. And that's one thing I can confidently say about myself, that I have worked on so hard this past year and a half, that, I come off as this confident person, and I am very confident. But if you would have asked me that years ago, I say I'm faking it till I make it, because there's no way that I actually believed that, oh, I'm the most confident person in the room. That was a lie. Now I can confidently say that I am, because, you attract the energy that you put out. And, if someone is going to value my time and put effort into me, that's all I want. I don't want someone just to come up to me like, oh, yeah, you look really good. Like, I've been seeing you around and, blah, 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 blah. I don't care about that. You're not going to come up to me and say that you want to talk to me or hook up with me because I lost weight. That's a big no-no. Also noticing that my clothes fit a lot different. That's a good thing, but also I live in sweatpants and t-shirts now, because if I don't have to go anywhere nice, I'm not putting anything on. Like, I'm just gonna wear sweatpants and a t-shirt or a sweatshirt, because right now I'm at that in-between size, and it's really difficult to either things are like, too big for me or they're too tight for me, so I'm not really stressing about it. But trying on clothes that used to fit 3 months ago and putting them on now, I'm like, damn, I'm like, they're so baggy on me, or it doesn't even look right on me anymore. So that's a good thing, is that like, it's a satisfactory that you see things are actually working. If you are thinking about starting the GLP-1 medication, make sure that you are actually feeding yourself, because that is a difficulty that I had. I had a really hard time, upping my protein intake, because my hair was falling out. My hair is still falling out with clumps. I am very lucky that I have the hair to lose, but some people aren't as fortunate enough as I am. So I had a very hard time upping my protein intake. So I'm about 85 to 100 grams of protein a day. I really do try. I drink water like it's nothing. I take vitamins. I started taking B12 shots. I'm thinking about maybe other injections just to help get vitamins overall, just to help really carry on this weight loss journey in a healthy way. Because I know, because I'm not eating so much, there are definitely stuff in my blood work that shows that, like, you're not eating as much, you have low iron. I have to go for iron transfusions because my iron is so low that the pills that they prescribe to me, not enough. So I have to go for iron transfusion. So those are some things that I have been seeing in my own body that, wow, I'm like, all right, like, I need to start looking at other options besides just taking a daily vitamin, like B12 shots and that kind of stuff. But before you start doing any of that stuff, if you're going to follow in my footsteps, do your research on your body, please. Because, you think, oh, I'm just going to start this medication and just go with the flow. It's a little bit more than that. So those are just some things that I have noticed since I started this weight loss journey, and I am down 75 pounds. Click the subscribe button if you want to see more of my videos.